everyone. We're going to determine whether the triangles are similar. If they are, we're going to write a similarity statement. So basically, for them to be similar, the angles have to all be congruent. So if I look at this one here, this is 90. Add 9, just take 180. We take 180 minus 90. These are all degrees. Minus 47 degrees. And that's going to be, you can just do 90 minus 47. And that's going to give you 43 degrees. So, of course, this matches here. So this is also 47 here. All right. So basically, all the angles are congruent. So the way you set up the similarity statement is you say that triangle. Let me move it over here. Well, let's just do here. Triangle ABC is similar. So we want A, the 47, that goes with Z. So you can say triangle Z. B is the 90. So that's going to be your Y. And 43 is here, so that's your X. And that's your similarity statement. All right, the next one. Oh, we have to do another one here. So let's do 8. So for 8, we need to see if all these angles measure up. So we do have 35 here. And let's do this one. So if you take 180 minus 63 minus 35, that gives you 82. And if you do this one, it's not going to be 82. So if you take 180 minus 35 minus 73, you get 72. So this would be 72. And since the angles aren't congruent, that means the triangles are not similar. All right, and here's the second set. We do the same thing. The 85s match up. And so just take 180 minus 85 minus 45. So 180 minus 45 minus 85. And that gives you 50 degrees. So these two match up. You only need two angles to match up. So that would mean this would be 45 here. So your congruencies, your similar statement would be triangle, let's start with J, JKL. So is similar, and J goes with the 45, so that's going to be Y. And K goes with 50, so that's your Z. And K goes with 50. So why did I write 2Ks? So this is JKL. L goes with 85, and that's your X. So that's your similarity statement. All right. We know for number 10 that since we have two parallel lines here, that corresponding angles are congruent. That means these corner ones are congruent. These are congruent, and these two are congruent. Since we have two angles that are congruent, that means the other triangle, and if you want to bring it out, you could. So there's your top one. And then your bigger one is this bigger one. And that would be like a little bigger. You have two angles here that are congruent. So that means, and that's because they're parallel, that we have triangle J in K is congruent. And also we know that J is congruent with J due to the reflexive property. So we have all the angles are congruent, and this is going to be JML. So just say triangle JNK is similar to triangle JML. And do we have any more? Oh, we got 2 more here. All right. So for this one, I can pull out the triangle P. So let's look at PTQ. So that's this triangle. That's the little one. Then I'm going to have the bigger one. And so for PTQ, we have 50 degrees here, 45 here. So take 180 minus 50 minus 45, and you get 85. Now we do have an 85 here, and we also have a 50 here, because angle P is congruent to angle P. And we have Q is congruent with angle S, because this has to be 45. And angle T is congruent to angle R. So the way you're going to write it is that triangle PTQ is similar to triangle P, and then T goes with R, and then you have your S. So you match up the angles when you're writing this down, the congruent angles. And for number 12, we're going to look at triangle KGH. So let's look at that one. KGH. So this triangle here. Now, we know that these 2 angles are congruent due to the vertical angles theorem. We know these 2 lines are parallel, so I know that we have congruent angles based off your alternate interior angles. So based off alternate interior angles, these 2 angles are congruent. And I'll do a different color. These 2 angles are congruent. Therefore, when you write your similarity statement, we're going to write triangle KGH is similar to K triangle. Let's just start with K. K. Now the M, the G here, goes with N. These 2 go together. And then we have H, and H is here, and it goes with the M. So you're going to write M. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.